hopefully this should work. Let's just... Yep, both those lights are on. These are really good, you know. These work
I like
really,
it on
really
your hat
well.
as well. I noticed that when you were talking to Jay. So
What's
that's
that?
cute.
What's that?
On your hat. Like a little furry thing.
Right. So we'll get warmed up and then we'll get into it.
I did the third Rep It Out qualifier earlier today.
Who are you doing it with?
Bryony.
Oh, you and Bri. Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
I already did it once, but...
Have you done it? Are you doing it RX?
Yeah.
Yeah. I often think... So, when Rose and Lorna did it, they came 7th in intermediate, and Rose was like, I really thought I'd have got further than that. But actually what happens is, the people who are RX are the people who actually can do all the movements. So then you get people who
really,
can't
really
do the movements necessarily, but they're really, really fit.
And
so
also strong, probably.
So you actually might get some absolute monsters in intermediate.
Well, the first workout was, it was like lunges and burpees and shuttle runs. And for women, it was 42.5, the lunges.
10 of them.
What's it called? Yeah, 10 lunges, 20 lunges at 42.5 for RX.
Yeah.
Or it was 35 kilograms for intermediate. And the intermediate girls were like faster than the RX girls. And I think they were just fitter.
Yeah. And I see
and that was Lorna and Katie, to be honest, from the gym.
Wow, yeah. That's the type of girls that go into intermediate, like people who aren't gonna smash out loads and loads of muscle ups. They've not got like, I mean, those two are actually quite good at gymnastics as well.
They should be RX, right?
Yeah, I know. Kind of maybe they've sandbagged their foot. Yeah, I'm onto them now. But like, you go to, you see girls like those in intermediates. Fine with that one. If you want to just do 10 overhead squats in your burks like that.
Yeah, it might take me a little bit of time.
How's your ankle?
Yeah, it just I like redid it a couple of weeks ago.
Redid it?
Obviously not as bad. I just fell upstairs.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I did. Did I always cry? No, I can't.
Oh yeah, it clicks.
It just takes a little bit of time and then it's okay.
Well, we're in our 30s now, aren't we? My knees need to click once every day, every time I train.
Yeah, your knees always clicked.
Yeah, I'm famous for it.
Just need to like.
Lovely. You got loads of clicks.
There we go.
You want to do 10 Cossack squats? I do 10 Cossack squats for everyone.
Yeah.
Hello. There she is. Here's the wife.
How you doing?
All right.
How are you? Oh yeah, good. Yeah. Did you enjoy your hills this morning?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
It went well, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Savile Hill.
Did
you try and buy that? Is that how you knew about the apartment?
So no, it wasn't me. It was actually my ex's dad when my ex's mum and dad broke up. Her dad went to view it, and that's how I knew about it.
Did he buy it?
No.
And it was really cheap. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it was like one of those things, like overlooking the lake. It's a penthouse apartment with a glass front at the top, and it was like. There has to be a catch in the water. It belonged to Jimmy
would
Savile.
you buy it though?
I don't know. I did think about this. I mean, so many monstrosities have happened in there, but it is such a nice flat.
Yeah. Like people die in houses all the time, don't they?
I know. Yeah. People have probably died in this one.
People are abused.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
But I met him a couple of times in Rondo Park when I was a kid.
Did you? I've met him before. Everyone's got a Jimmy Savile story, haven't they?
We're like, Jimmy Savile. We talked about gladiators, I remember. He was like, which gladiator are you?
Do you know what? You go back and you think, like, well, my story is that he said, I don't like you, you're better looking than me. And I went, why are you saying that to a kid? So now you just get into all these things and you play it back and you're like, oh yeah, he was actually awful, wasn't he?
That was creepy.
Did you do Cossack squats?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, get this. You can carry on with the band. I just want you to press out overhead. So where you had it before.
Yeah.
Press it out and overhead. You want you to do 5, really pressing into that internal rotation. Remember what I said about getting your head through? And that helped you with your turnover.
Is that internal rotation or that?
So imagine you're
Yeah.
rolling it back, and that's sticking. Yeah, there you go. Lovely.
There.
So you want to
Okay.
press into that range of motion. And this is Diego, by the way.
Hi, Diego.
He's the sexy boy.
I like your socks.
He does have. He's got really kinky boots at the back.
He does.
They're kind of sexy. He's like Vinny's all like soft, and he's just like a little pebble.
Yeah.
But Diego's kind of like sultry, and he's kind of suave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's got a lovely shape.
He's a big boy. Yeah, he's built like a race car. He's a Ferrari.
Oh, he's not bothered about me, is he?
No.
Fuck you.
So now I want you to press out, and on the press out, I want you to go down like that. Nice. So I was gonna make this like a full show where I introduce people and I go, "This is Rach."
The Jack Pickett
and this
show.
is the show is actually called Barbell Meditations.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
like
and I
that.
just thought,
Yeah, like some of the chats you had with Jay were really good.
yeah, I made a mistake because you see how the camera is on the side now, so I can upload it to YouTube, so it's like long form. I much prefer that.
Yeah.
And then, but because I did it upright, I could only do clips. So I might just get it back on and we'll have another chat. But one of the reasons I started it was I was like, there's loads of people doing content creation in my brother's world, which is food and like all these pop-up independent people in that sphere, if you like. But in the gym, like everyone just does. This is how to hook grip. This is how to eat the right amount of food. Like, are you getting enough sleep? And I just think, oh,
Yeah. The boring shit.
it's so boring.
No.
I
I don't want anyone to tell me how to do that stuff.
and also, it's like, are you getting enough sleep? Well, I'm a firefighter. No, I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
I've got a life. By the way, I've got kids, or there's other things
I've
that.
got cats.
Yeah,
I've got rabbits.
All right, so we'll get onto the barbell. We'll just do a little bit of barbell float. So get into your hook grip, find a little bit of non-moving ground. Okay, so just go down into your RDLs. Just give us 5 RDLs. 5 muscle from the hang. And then I just want you to go into 5 push jerks. So you got 15 reps there.
Do that.
Yeah, so in the food one as well, one of the reasons that I started this, and one of the guys that I quite like is a guy called Corey, and he does Leeds Needs. And
I haven't heard that.
have you heard of it?
No, I haven't.
So he goes into like he's a recruiter, and he goes to people and he sort of like says, what's the best roast, what's the best pizza, what's the best pub, and basically what ends up happening is the best pub re-tags it or something. So if Harry's got like best pizza, he'll get someone saying it's the best pizza, and then he'll do that for free marketing. It's a very good idea because he's got loads of followers in a very short space of time. But I was like, how do I do that? And I thought, I'm just going down this rabbit hole of, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. I think it's a good idea. But I was like, I'm doing something else for the wrong reasons, and I'm really keen to do this as much for the right reasons as possible. So I don't want to do this to make money.
Yeah.
I just want to do it because I enjoy doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like that's like what you bring to coaching as well. Because I know I was thinking about how I've sort of changed over the past couple of years, and I've gone from taking my exercise really seriously, like too seriously.
Yeah.
And then I feel like seeing you every morning at the gym, like just like not taking everything so seriously and talking about other things, it's like made me.
But you can still be a really good athlete. And
Exactly. And I've progressed more than I did before because I'm just not taking myself so seriously.
Barbell meditations, that's what it's all about. All right, just let's get your pull sorted. All right, so let's start this really nice and slow. So hook grip in, you're gonna go down mid shin, and really what I'm focusing on is staying over the bar, and we're not doing this today, we're just bringing the torso up like that. Okay, so and then we can stand up. Okay, so I want you to do 10 of these as you warm up. So it's pause at the knee, stand up with the chest, and then inject the quads. So I want you to just do 10 of those and breaking it down into those 3 movements. Why do you think you do you still take it too seriously?
Probably.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
It's not that deep though, is it?
no, and then that's like, I'll take it too seriously, you know, like doing qualifiers or whatever today.
Yeah.
But then when I just go to the gym now, I'm not taking it too seriously most of the time.
Yeah.
And it makes me like enjoy it more.
Yeah, you get more out of it, I think.
I think it's also when you get older, you have to accept that I'm never going to be the world's best anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I think when you're younger, you think that you could have the potential to be one of the best in the world.
And you're just training and you're not getting injured and you're ready to go again the next day and it's great. But I know what you mean. But you actually did get good though, didn't you? You were like a proper good runner.
Yeah.
Where did you actually get to? I've never actually talked to you about it, I don't think.
I went to the Commonwealth Games in 2014. I think I represented Great Britain once for cross country, and the rest was like England. Yeah.
And when did you have to sort of quit?
I think some people call it chronic fatigue, but I would call it post-viral syndrome.
Post what?
Viral syndrome.
What's that?
So I think I got the Epstein-Barr virus, which gives you glandular fever.
Do one more of those.
Yeah. And instead of getting glandular fever, I just had a season where I was like really hit and miss.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, I vividly remember did the Abbey Dash, felt awful. And then I got up the next morning, I trained. And then I went to track on Tuesday, trained, it was okay. And then I couldn't get out of bed on Wednesday. And I had a couple of weeks where I just couldn't get out of bed.
Why was that the point where you sort of quit?
Because I went for months, like being too tired to train. And then when I could train, I couldn't push myself. If I pushed myself, it would send me back to the tiredness. But it wasn't just tiredness, it was like pain and hives, and it was pretty bad. When I started doing CrossFit like 5 years ago, I still had it to a degree. So I remember doing an assault bike session, and it was like 10 seconds on the assault bike, like minute recovery, 10 seconds, maybe 5 times, something like that. And it destroyed me for weeks. Like I could still work, but I was just really, you know, when you can feel that there's something underlying, like an underlying tiredness.
I know what you mean. Yeah. And do you reckon there's a point where it becomes psychological to that's got to like fuck with your brain a little bit, isn't it? Like,
for me, I'd say no. And I used to like wrongly think that chronic illnesses were partly psychological, which they still can be. Right. But for me, it was definitely physiological. Like now, I don't have a problem whatsoever, but it's been a long process to get to that point. Yeah. And it was like, if I did something like that,
I suppose you'll have been the sort of person that you can grit your teeth and go, I can push. I'm going to push today.
And I think it affects a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like elite level athletes will have it and not realise, because it's like it's not something that you can diagnose easily. Sort of a power of deduction situation. So it might not even be in that. Might be all in my head.
No, I don't think so.
But I don't think it was.
No, that's mad. That. Oh, I'll tell you what to do. Oh, you're meant to be doing this. Yeah. So just where you were pausing before, now we're just gonna go smooth, making sure that when you get to the knee, you're doing a really good job so far. So let's keep it going. Stand up. And then power like that, okay? Yeah. So this is just muscle, so we're delivering it overhead. Once you get to the overhead, set your shoulders. And there's my knee click.
There's the knee.
Yes. All right, so every rep, nice and slow. Chest up. Big power with the quads. Squat down. Do 10 of those.
Yep.
I used to have a real complex about competing at all. When you're going up, by the way, Rach,
Yeah.
when you go past the knee, I just want you to feel, just for the warm-up,
Yep.
brushing on the skin.
Yeah.
So I want you to feel the barbell, not like scraping,
Yeah.
just literally as gently as possible,
Yeah.
stay in contact with the thigh. Yeah. I want you to do it now on the next one, and I want you to do it less with the lats and more with bringing the knees through to the bar. So instead of it being there,
Yeah.
I want it to be bring the knees through to the bar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Have a go.
I know what I think I know what I need to do. I don't know if I might not do it.
There, nice,
that it?
good. Yeah, go for it. Lovely. Do 4 more. Which is quite a long complex. Good.
Oh, I don't know what I did. I got confused.
So do your muscle. Good. Nice, that was a nice one. Good. And then into your overhead squat. Lovely. Go 3 more. 3 more.
What's been your journey in fitness, Jack?
I have chronic and competitive anxiety.
Yeah.
I actually do love competing, but I've never had a healthy relationship with it. So, and I think it's become down to me competing with my brother and being always compared to him, and he loves it.
Like from childhood.
From childhood, yeah. From
Is he older or younger?
Younger. He's like much more natural talent than I am. Like where it's, especially with like things like hand-eye coordination. I think I was like initially a little bit faster and a bit fitter. And then over time, he used to beat me all the time at tennis, and I was like, I just got beaten down, and I was just like,
Is that you were tennis players?
yeah, we were tennis players, and I just really struggled with that. And now, even now, if I get put into a situation where someone says you must compete, for yourself, you against that, like, go on, I want you to catch Rach, I'd be like, I'd mentally check out.
Yeah. Yeah, like straight away.
But I consistently love putting myself in competitive situations, so I do like it. I just don't know how to. And I do now because I'm much more relaxed, and since you've known me, I've relaxed even more. But where people are going like, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna get you, I just can't. I can't be bothered, and I've never been able to be bothered.
Yeah. And do
Where
you think that's because of your brother? Because
maybe
you had that competition for so long?
maybe, and then it like got even worse. There was like some really bad incidents where, I mean, we were both nutcases when we were kids, and I mean, we'd swear and like shout, and we'd throw rackets about. And there was one time.
Like, is it curious? I can imagine you both a bit like.
Oh my! We were so bad, Rach. We were so awful. We were just, if you saw us now, you'd be like, those kids have problems. Like, someone get them to the doctors. Like, there was something seriously wrong with our brains. We were so we just didn't have any way of controlling our emotions. It was just nothing. Like, we were just screaming, shout, fuck's sake, lose a point, fuck's sake. And people will tell us off.
Posh tennis clubs?
Yeah, posh tennis club. And then we get told off for swearing all the time. And one time, this is like a core memory of mine. Back in the day, 120 quid when I was growing up. Let's say I'm 14. So this is 20 years ago.
That's a lot of money.
120 quid for a racket back then is a lot of money. And I had 2. And I was we were playing a tournament, and I was beating Harry. One of the very rare times that I was beating him. And I was...
In a tournament as well?
In a tournament, yeah. And the thing is, I was always good. Like, I just could never put it together. in a competition, because tennis is really bad for that. It's like golf. So like performance anxiety, you need to stay in control, you need to stay very calm.
Yeah.
And I could hit shots for days and people would be like, oh my God. If you saw me play tennis, like drills and just hitting about with my mates, you'd think I was really good. And I was good. And then it came down to competition. I was too anxious.
Yeah.
And I had no way of figuring it out. And I beat Harry and I just hit this nice, playful state of flow, I would call it.
Yeah.
And I was just, you know, everything you touch just turns to gold. Just want it over there. It's just.
That's like a self-fulfilling prophecy as well.
Oh, yeah.
When you're in it.
Yeah. And when you're in it, and I tell you what, like, you know that feeling when you hit a good lift and you're like, oh, that was nice. It could have been anything on there.
No, don't. No, so I'm here.
But there's that feeling that you get, and
Yeah.
you're like, in tennis, when you're hitting everything well, and it's like the ball's not even there.
Yeah.
You're in this playful state of flow, and as soon as you realise you're in it, you're out of it. It's very, very bad like that.
Did you lose?
I was up 5-2 in the last set, and I bottled it. Because, well, I'll tell you what happened. It's not all my fault. Harry started screaming and shouting like I described before. He's, oh, for fuck's sake. Like crying, like honestly would cry and all sorts. We were such little bitches. And he went off and he stormed off, and then my mum got him back. By that time, I'd realised that I'd lost
That you're
my
having
flow.
your perfect game.
I was having my perfect game. I just need one game, and I said it to myself. I was like, shit, I just need one game. And I bottled it, and everyone in the tournament, people were watching us play because it's a really good game. That was such good tennis. And everyone was like, oh, well done. I lost 7-5. Well done, really, really good. And I went, because you got to be polite in tennis. I went, thanks. And I went round the corner, and I went, and I smashed my 120-pound racket to bits. Oh my God. Yeah, so core memory, traumatized.
Yeah.
All right, Rach.
But I've seen you hit lifts though under pressure.
Always for a team, never
team.
for myself. When we competed together, I was doing it for you. If I was doing it for myself, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, that's mad. Because that's more pressure, I think.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
It's when it's all on me. If you, like, we went to Sid, and if you can make this handstand walk, there's no pressure. But if you can do it for the team, that's great. And I'm like, as soon as it's for the team, I'm in there.
That was so much pressure, that handstand ramp at the end of that workout, and you had to do it all alone, and we watched you.
But I loved it. I loved it. I felt supported. But if it was like, you're competing against so-and-so, I wouldn't have done it. I know I wouldn't have done it. All right. Let's do some tall snatches. So we're going to go I'm pretty much just do this for everyone. I think that so many drills are overcomplicated, and actually you just need a few. So we're going to go here, drag, drop down. Okay, let's do 10.
Shall I put my lifters on?
Yeah.
I think I have a similar tennis memory, but it sort of tells the opposite thing about me.
Right.
So I remember at school, I had to play tennis with, what's she called? Kelly Hogarth.
Right.
And we were in a doubles, I think it might have been a tournament.
Were you a good tennis player?
Not very good.
No.
This was the problem. Kelly was a really good tennis player, and I wasn't very good. And Kelly's mum was watching. And I knew I was letting the team down. Like, I was playing badly. And Kelly's mum kept telling me to pull my finger out. And then ever since then,
That's crazy.
I'm not here for team sport.
Right.
But CrossFit sort of changed that. I love doing CrossFit as a team.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I always liked competing on my own, because I only had myself to sort of answer to.
Yeah.
And if I was doing crap, no one's mum was going to get mad at me.
That's another thing, isn't it? This is something I'm really. I want to know what the fuck goes on with over-competitive parents. I don't get, and I don't have kids.
Yeah.
I don't get it, and it's one of those things. I'm just like, look at people and I think, do you have no shame? Are you?
So were your parents not like that?
Not like that at all. My parents were actually really, really good. Really
you and Harry
supportive.
just brought it to the table.
Yeah, it was completely our fault.
They just facilitated you with the expensive rackets.
I mean, God, it was. Yeah, God. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm honestly like shuddering at how awful we were. All right, so tiptoes, drag, and go.
Am I going from the hip? Or
No. So you're
from
taking all the drive out of it. So I'd stand up tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiptoes, drag, under. Lovely. So you don't have to pause with the drag. You can just drag, and once it's up there, go. Love that. Well done. Excellent. Nice. Cool.
How many did we say?
Just do a couple more. You're all good.
I've forgotten now.
Nice. I just want you to do one more. I want you to try and go a little bit narrower with your feet. Turn your toes out and go. Start with your feet narrower.
Start with the feet narrower.
And turn them out. Yeah, try that. Weird?
Yeah.
All right.
But okay.
Okay. That's just something to think about. I think it's like just something I like to play around with every now and again with people. Cool. We're going to start doing full snatch. So if you want to load up some fives. So what we'll do is, the way that we're going to do this, we're just going to build up your snatch. Clips. Because when you've got new equipment, brand new sexy equipment, it's all like slips off.
Oh, they clips at work.
Clips at work, yeah.
Ooh.
Got chalk there as well. I've got fractional plates in the house, so you don't have to just make 10-kilo jumps every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to build up a little bit heavier. We're just going to go for some percentage work, and it's just technical stuff.
Yeah.
Making sure the first few reps when we're working at a lighter weight, I want you to really get your chest up tall. We've got the same proportions, haven't we? We discussed this, like we're short leg
Little
queens,
legs.
short leg queens.
Don't tell everyone. It's my secret shame.
Mine too. We get away with it though, don't we? So I do want you to stay over here, and then I want you to come up tall while still leaving your knees bent. I think you come up here.
Yeah.
And because
I like straighten them here.
Yeah.
And then I go back under, and then I go like that.
Yeah. So I really want you to.
I'm listening.
Kitty intermission.
The shiver on your butt.
We'll be. He's loving this.
Here it is.
He's a little slag. Come here. Oh God, he's perfect.
Oh,
perfect in every single way.
Oh, look at his chin.
Oh yeah, he's so sexy.
Chin. Is that his favourite?
That's his favourite.
Vinny's for the chin and Diego's for the butt. It's like he's twerking. Can I have a go? Oh, there we go. I've never seen a cat do that. You love that.
He's a little adventure boy. We just have to spend so much money on his vet bills.
Oh.
But he's insured, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll show you the difference between your good technique and your bad technique.
Yeah.
So where you currently go now is you go over the bar and then you come over. But because of your proportions, you have to work so hard in here.
Yeah.
And actually, yours is going to come from a slightly earlier hinge and leaving a lot of quads in there. Like that. So you've still got all that power.
Okay.
Good opportunity to practice.
Yeah. So you're thinking that instead of like properly going for the hips, I should be...
Yeah, and we're going to do this slow time.
Before.
We're going to do this slow time to start with. So I want you to go slowly, staying really nice and close. Like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Into power.
Yeah. And then it's just a good opportunity to practice dropping on these pads.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to repair more than one. Yeah, love that. Try and go for the squat snatch as well. Good. I want you to come up even more upright with your chest.
Yeah.
So be a little bit more patient. Love that. Yeah, nice. Good start. Even more if you can. Oh, yeah, go on. One more. Yeah.
That felt good.
Nice.
And then I'm dropping.
Yeah, good control.
Feels wrong.
I think you can go even later. You can go even later than that. So I think we're here. You're doing a good job, and then you make contact there, mid-thigh, I reckon,
Yeah.
and then you get through. Okay? I want you to connect it even deeper into your hips, so I want you to consciously think about there. So this is my contact point.
Yeah.
Still the same, it's more power.
Yeah.
It's more power available to you. We'll just do threes, because fives is a lot.
Threes.
You've got some chalk there if you want some chalk. It's all right for an hour.
Yeah.
You
Did I do something weird there?
You made contact in the right place,
Yeah.
but you brought it back.
But the
So
wrong
remember
way.
the chest coming up a little bit higher. That's it. That's it, Ray. Oh, not quite. That's all right. The pull was really nice. Cool. Yeah. So we'll have a little break, have a little think.
Yeah.
That pull on the last one was really nice. Just a little
Yeah, it
bit of
felt
timing.
good. I think I was probably just surprised by it.
Yeah. Because I think if you think about like your torso being like an arrow for where the power's going to go,
Yeah.
if you're there, you're probably you've got opportunity to go a little bit back. All right, so it's just an adjustment there, coming up, staying, and then you got that upwards power there. It's just going to be a little bit different, that's all for you, because of the way that you're built. Yeah.
You can get away with your short legs though, Jack.
So can you.
You're so tall.
But you do as well.
I think I only get away with them when I'm like in momentum.
How do you mean?
When I'm running, people are like, "Oh, you've got lovely long legs."
Yeah. Is it because you've got a good stride?
Yeah, maybe. They're just going so fast, people don't realise.
And also we've got quite thin legs as well.
Yeah.
If they're like big chunky legs, it draws attention to the fact. Like I've looked stumpy before when I've been bigger because my ass gets big.
Yeah.
Something I've got to
You need
think
to
about.
keep them nice and lean.
Got to keep nice and lean. Yeah. Sometimes I notice it when it really dictates what I'm able to wear.
Yeah.
But like I can't go for super baggy stuff, even though I'd quite like to.
Well, yeah, I think you could.
Well,
I like the baggy trousers.
Yeah.
I think baggy trousers like accentuate the.
Yeah,
short
and
legs.
I think you can probably get away with it as well because you're a girl. You can like wear like cropped things, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like this
You
is a
could.
good. I mean, I could. I mean, it's free. It's free country, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got. You. When did you decide that you were going to be stylish? Have you made conscious
I
decisions?
think you're the first person that's ever called me stylish, Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
You are very stylish though.
Thank you.
But like, do you consciously think about it? About putting outfits together? I
yeah,
think about
sometimes,
it all the time.
Yeah, more than I used to do probably.
Mm.
But yeah, you are the first person to call me stylish.
I think
Usually people just say I look different, but like in a bad way.
I've had people say to me, like when I've been in, you go to a bar or a pub and it's like a cool crowd and people like trying to take the piss out of you by saying, "You're so cool, like you fit in here," and I'm like, yeah,
Good.
it's like, like you're wearing loafers with some terrible bootcut jeans. Like, all right. I think there's like growing up as a lad in Yorkshire. There's a lot of what you're doing that for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think maybe less so.
It's an act of rebellion to wear like actually like cool clothes or different clothes.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I think it's I don't know if it's like this everywhere. It's probably is. Probably it's not
like
just
the
a Leeds
Billy
thing. It's
Elliot
just
style.
I
Fancy your own path.
I honestly want that would be like my dream. This is like one sort of commercial dream that I have with this. Is like to collab with a cool brand, or even make my own brand of clothing, but for non-serious gym people, serious gym people. I'm trying to figure out a way to communicate that to people, that you can be not serious but serious at the same time, but look like you're not serious.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to get at?
But then you probably are serious.
Yeah, no, I definitely am serious, but me and Red always talk about it, but it's like we kind of want to look like we just, and this is what I like about your style. I just threw this together.
That's
but these are all very carefully procured items of clothing. Like this T-shirt is a very specific T-shirt that I like to wear. But
is it Carhartt?
It's Carhartt from Vinted.
Yeah.
It's very good. I love this T-shirt, but it's all about I've got to go with oversized now. But there is a specific style that I do like, but I just can't communicate what it is. But that's what I want. There's a brand I really like called Service Works, and they do chef's wear. And it's very boxy, very cool, very like workmanlike, very kitchen style.
Yeah.
And I'd love something like that, but for the gym, that's not Gymshark.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all.
Yeah.
Everything in the gym is the same.
Yeah. I feel like for men it's really difficult because girls just put leggings on, don't they?
When
you don't want to wear leggings and then you're wearing those trackies are great though, aren't they? They've got like some movement. So you need like a trouser that's got some movement that doesn't.
I just don't even want to wear gym stuff half the time. I wish I could just wear not gym stuff. This is why I like Rads, because you can wear them anywhere.
Yeah.
I want something like that, but for every day. Like I like training in a thicker T-shirt, and I don't know what I'm trying to get at here. I'll have a think about it.
Well, that's it. Like the problem with a thicker T-shirt is like it's like a sweat.
But then you take it off. You're all right. You're all right then. So torso angle going directly up.
Yeah. So same again.
Same again. Just 3 reps. Try and get it as patient as possible into that hip crease. Really good one. That was the really nice one. Really nice and patient. Love that. Keep it nice and smooth. Really nice and smooth past the knee. Rach, love that.
They felt good.
Come on. Yes, please. Should we go up in weight?
Yeah.
Let's get some 10s on. Yeah, I really like that. It's going into your hip crease.
Yeah.
And you're not rowing it into the hip crease, if that makes sense. So you've done a really good job there.
It was the patience cue.
Yeah, it's hard to cue patience. Well, how do you go about?
Maybe
how do you say to someone, be more patient? It doesn't actually really mean anything.
Maybe if they were wearing like some really not gym stuff.
I think you've just kind of got to be laid back.
Just felt really cool.
How's your house move going?
Oh, so slow. We don't have a date yet.
Still don't have a date.
Still don't have a date. They're writing up the deed for the overhanging fascia deeds.
What's that?
The neighbours' gutter and fascia overhang the property that we're buying.
Right.
So they've just got to write up some deeds for that. But we've also got planning permission to like extend and share the gutter. So they're basically writing up 2 deeds, one for as it is at the moment and one for as it's going to be.
Oh, so yours is a little bit more complex
Yeah, it's annoying because Will messaged Zach to say that they've got like a moving date, him and Lucy, their moving house, and they started like months after. Damn it.
Have they got like a little bit more of a straightforward move though?
Well, we thought ours was straightforward because we had a first-time buyer and the house we were moving into is empty. So like you can't get better than that, really.
No.
But it's just.
God, he's just...
Look at the draw.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at him.
Do you get worried about dropping on them or not?
No. Well, I haven't yet. We haven't lifted that much out here yet.
Yeah.
But
they know what's happening, don't they?
I think he I've got my eye on him. I know where the kitties are at any moment.
That's what, during lockdown, we had the rabbits running around and I was lifting outside.
I think he's sufficiently scared of the loud
Yeah.
bangs. Do you know what I mean?
It's with our rabbits were the same though. They like to come out and like watch us, but they knew to not come too close.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the same.
God, whatever his vibe is right now, that's what I want to be in life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's barely
It's a
awake.
good vibe. The eyes.
All right, same again. So I really want you to just remember before you lift.
Yeah.
You're gonna have all the power if you land here. If you go straight from there and don't do anything before it, you're gonna have all the power that you need.
Yeah.
It's all gonna come down while you're learning to the speed that you go here. So I still want you to go slow and make sure that you hit that position.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Patience.
Cool. Could have gone a little bit more upright with your chest there. So even more. That's it.
Yeah, that felt better.
That's it. Lovely. One more. The second one was the best.
Yeah.
But that one wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they both felt better than the first one. I'd forgotten.
Yeah, I think sometimes you rely on your speed to get underneath.
Yeah.
So you're actually not fully extending.
Yeah.
So what you end up doing is getting into your power position early by rowing it back. You don't want to spend too much time here because actually you've had success being here and then getting underneath.
Yeah.
Actually, you do have the speed to go even deeper. So all the way up here,
Yeah.
and then you can get back. Yeah. That's cool. I'm going to get some fractionals. We'll just go up. So we'll do doubles now.
Yeah. That's a hell of a grapevine you've got.
Well, thank you.
Is it yours?
Yeah, it's ours.
Right. Oh yeah, it's coming up there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's getting a little bit overgrown now, this area.
Yeah.
But we've got apples.
Oh, really?
They're actually turning into apples. I'm pretty
They're
pleased with.
turning
I'm pretty
into
pleased with. Do you know what I mean? I just don't feel like I would ever be so lucky as to have a fruit bearing tree that would actually bear fruit.
Did it have some like blossom on it in spring? It looked pretty.
Yeah, it is.
You were in for spring, weren't you?
Yeah. It is just very, very nice. Yeah, even though this is a relatively small little bit of space, it's actually a really useful bit of space.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
Yeah. Diego likes it.
Diego's loving it.
Do they go up the tree?
Yeah, Vinny goes up the tree. Vinny will be like in the tree. We always have this joke about Vinny. He's every animal in the world apart from a cat. So he's like in there being a bird.
Like a little owl. Oh.
And Diego's just like
Bro.
smoked Marlboro Reds and fucks. So you're just going for a double. You can dump it after each one if you like. Ah, cool. Yeah, so torso upright.
I feel like I went back to old ways on that last one.
Yeah, you did, yeah. That's cool. So this might be like a bit of a weight where you can...
Yeah.
I think
I did that thing where I probably stopped there a bit and then went...
Yeah, you did a little bit. But, I mean, you do make it work, but I also think it's getting in your way.
Yeah.
And then you need to, for you, just to leave today and understand where that weight is, where it stops you from doing it the right way, because you have been doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And I actually know that you can snatch more than this, but it's about maybe, I hate taking it away from people, but finding that weight where you go, things have changed, and spending time there to figure out, even if you, I mean, this isn't really the right place to do it, to be honest, because you want to get into an environment where you can fail as much as you like. but going for those reps where it's a little bit different. But you are doing it when you
Yeah.
remember to do it. So
But it's like it's percentages, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
weightlifters refer to all the time, isn't it? You've got that like percentage where you can hit the reps
That's
in
right.
a pretty way.
Yeah. We want to make it look pretty. That's
Yeah.
right. The thing I would say to you is stay low for as long as you can, and then just dip your toe into full extension. I'll show you what I mean. So stay low.
Yeah.
See what I mean? I've kind of just stayed with my knees bent as long as possible.
Yeah.
And have you ever played like a video game? This is a terrible analogy, I know before I've even started. But there used to be a game called Athens 2004. It was based on the Olympics, and you had to configure it so that you had the optimum angle before you threw the javelin, and you had to click, and then you had to double tap the buttons.
Yeah.
So your
I played like the Sonic the Hedgehog Olympics.
Oh right, yeah, it could be.
I think that had a weird javelin. I probably never played it.
Yeah, similar game mechanics.
Yeah.
But right now, your angle of attack is there. And it needs to be there. Still got the same power, still got the same extension.
Yeah.
But for you don't want to be ripping it there. It's not mechanically the best way for you to do it.
Yeah.
You want to be here, patience, stay low.
Yeah.
And then you can go for it. All right. So I want you to, with this weight, I want you to go into that part where you think, oh, this is way too late, and then go for it.
Okay.
Better. Nice. Go again. Stay low. Really nice, Rach. Well done.
Yeah, I felt like my legs did something there.
Yeah.
I don't usually feel like that. Is it normal to come away from a snatch session and just like, it's always my lats.
Really?
It's always my shoulders and my lats are like blown up from snatching.
Yeah. So
is that wrong?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a sign.
Yeah.
Especially lats, because you're taking big weights, and straight arm lat strength is really hard to do. So you're working so hard there, and then you're extending because you have to pin it back with your lats. And because you're not using your big muscles, which are your quads, yes please, you're not getting them involved here like that as much as possible. So when you feel like your legs are doing more, it's because your body's in the right position here. Deliver the quads, and they're doing all your work for you. You're doing so much work here, and here to overcompensate for the fact that your quads aren't doing that as much as they need to be. We'll just do a few more sets at this, see if we can like keep it going. I think this is a good way to work at. Don't think we need to prove anything to ourselves. It's just making it slick.
Yeah.
Oh, Diego is fast asleep.
Oh, kitty.
Oh my god. I could never go back to having a dog.
Have you had a dog?
I had a Doberman.
Did you?
Yeah.
I can see you with a Doberman. I feel like, you know how people say that dogs and their owners look similar?
Yeah, she was called Bo, but we used to call her Bub. And she was a great dog. And we were going to give her the whole story about Bo is she was going to get put down because I lost her with my ex. My ex kept her, but she wasn't looking after her properly, and then there was a whole thing about her biting and stuff like that.
Oh, shit.
It's because she wasn't getting looked after properly,
Yeah.
I don't think. So what ended up happening is she was going to get put down.
Yeah.
And I was at work, and my emotions were just like in the toilet. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe my dog's going to die. And then at the last minute, someone took her in. He goes, I'll take her. I'll have a look at her. If she's all right, I'll take her. And I was like, thank you. And on the last day that I had her, we just went to the park, went to Roundhay Park with Rose. and I was just like walking around. I was kind of like melancholic. She was just like playing, and she was being really nice. She was being so. She was a really good dog, but she was a handful as well. And I was just trying to enjoy my last day with her. And then it was a day like today where it's just really nice on the park. And Bo just started running around like mental. I was like, fair enough, do what you want.
Yeah.
And then Rose laid down and Bo ran over Rose's face, stamped on her, and she was like, tried to lie down again. I mean, she's a big dog as well.
Yeah.
Lied down again. And then she did it again. And we were trying to have this like nice day, and Rose was getting pissed off. And then she was
it was just Rose.
It was just Rose.
Just doing it to
and
Rose.
Then Rose, she was getting really annoyed. Rose was getting really annoyed. She's like, you better not fucking do that again. She did it again. She did it again. And I was like, oh my God. And Rose stormed off, and Bo was just stood looking at me, and I was like, for fuck's sake. That was my last day with that dog.
Like, bye-bye, Bo.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, so Bo's like somewhere.
I still get some updates. Yeah, she's God, she was a good. That was the last time I really. That was the last time I really cried. Like I really lost control. I was like crying like a baby. But now I have cats, and I can never go back. I think
they're much easier, aren't they?
A little hot take for you here, Rach.
Yeah.
I think if you're a really serious dog owner, you're right wing. It's very do as I say. Do you know what I mean? Very authoritarian, very law and order, isn't it? But when you're
I don't know. I can see it the other way.
Really?
Yeah, like cats are just like they're
on their
pedestal, aren't they? They think they're better than everyone. They call the shots, essentially.
I don't know. I think it's very sort of like
right wing.
I think dogs are right wing, and
what are rabbits?
Rabbits are green
party.
Green party, yeah. But yeah,
as long as we're not. What's Nigel Farage's one?
Yeah, dogs. Certain dogs are reform. Certain dogs are reform.
Which dogs?
Probably Doberman. To be fair. Like if you're a serious
British Bulldog because it's got British in the name.
Oh yeah, I mean that is just one vote for reform right there, isn't it? Yeah, but if you own a cat, like I think you just. I think it says more about the person, to be honest. This is a real hot take, but I think I've become a lot more comme ci comme ça around the cats because they just look after themselves.
Yeah.
And with a dog, it's very much like I've got to be in charge. So if you're a dog owner, you're
the alpha person.
Yeah.
You have to be, because dogs respond to being in a pack, and they have. Alpha. That's
right.
Yeah.
That's right. But when you're a cat, it's like
that means you're right wing.
Yeah, so you're right wing. You're more likely to vote for reform. and you know these guys are here. They're just chilling. I'm their pet. They're my pet. I'm their pet. Who cares? You know, it's like a commune almost that we live in.
I feel like it's got sexy now.
He's so sexy, isn't he?
Yeah.
God, like when we take him to the vets, they have the same reactions every time to Vinny and Diego. They go, oh Vinny, oh Vinny, and there's my vet's Polish, and she goes, oh Vinny, like that, and he's such a little dainty little boy. Oh my God, he's so precious. But when Diego comes out, they're like, "Oh, Diego!" They're always like, "Oh, hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Sir."
Oh, Kitty's got a strut.
Yeah, he does. He like walks around like a panther, and then
like he owns
he's like, "Is it my tea yet?"
Are they brothers?
Yeah.
They are.
I'm pretty sure Vinny's the runt, and then Diego's the alpha kitty. But I'm also pretty sure that Vinny's started eating slugs because he's always got like slug juice.
I don't know why, but because we were talking about siblings earlier, and you were talking about your relationship with your brother.
Yeah.
Are you Vinny? Are you the slug eater?
I might be, yeah. I might be Vinny, yeah. What are you to your? You've got a brother, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got an older brother and sister who are half brother and sister. I think we're similar. Do you have half brothers and sisters?
Yeah, but like my older two brothers are old enough to be my dad.
Yeah.
So like there's a big gap
It's
between
not
us.
like, yeah. We've got just like 3 years between, so my older sister, brother, and then there's me, and then there's my younger brothers, and there's like 3 years between us all. We're all just very different.
What's your brother like?
Um,
He got married recently, didn't he?
Yeah, Harry. Yeah, so he's like, he's just really like brave, and he's travelled the world, and he lived in Manchester, he's lived in Australia, lived in London, and yeah, just living his best life, getting married.
Well, so what? How is he different to you?
So I think he's braver.
Braver.
I think he's always been, he'll go out and he'll do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Whereas I think I'm a bit more like conservative, not in the political sense.
Oh yeah, like a little bit more settled.
Yeah, maybe. I think, maybe I'm just sort of happy being me, like in my own lane, and he's always been like more adventurous.
Yeah, more ambitious in that way.
Yeah, like
That doesn't necessarily...
ambition's a really good word, because
Right.
it's something that I completely lack, ambition, and I think Harry doesn't.
Do
Harry's
you?
got ambition. Yeah. I'm not ambitious at all.
Do you? A lot of people would listen to that and think it was a negative thing.
Yeah, exactly. But
do you not care?
Yeah, I think I'm just happy, and I think that's what allows me to just be happy being me. Like, I don't have a plan for the future. I don't have somewhere that I want to be in 2 years, 5 years, whatever.
Right.
I'm just happy, like, existing.
I am ambitious,
Yeah.
but I'm incredibly fearful that ambition unchecked is very cruel. And I think, and especially when you get blokes, and this is, you get some blokes that are just like ruthless and just like winners and competitors, and that's how they define themselves.
Like win at all costs.
Win at all costs, yeah. And I'm really...
But you're not like that.
I know, but it's a real conscious effort that I make, because I think I almost have it in me. I think I could be.
Because you want it so bad.
I'm never. It's a weird one. I think I am ambitious. I have ideas, but I also don't care about making the most amount of money in the world. I'm not like, I don't need to be a takeover. I tell you what I want to be. I just want to be a community leader.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that stage in my life where, in terms of responsibility, I'm looking to take the next step up. So when there's like a crew manager position or going for promotion, I'm like, I am there, but I think with my job, it gives me, you get firefighters who are firefighters for 20 years and they're happy doing that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Yeah.
And it's a noble pursuit. I think it's really good. And then there's people who can go and get promoted, but you can go and get promoted really easily and really, but because it's so easy, I'm really conscious about doing it the right way.
Yeah.
I think you should be, when you're going for promotion or in anything, or you're going for a managerial role, you should almost, you could argue about you should be getting paid for the work that you're doing. You want to be a leader, I think you should be a leader before you assume that position.
Like a leader within your colleagues.
Yes, and that doesn't necessarily mean like you have to say you're in charge, but it's things that you feel like, are you okay being kind and having difficult conversations?
Yeah.
Which recently I've had to do a little bit, and I've felt like good about it.
Yeah.
I haven't felt like I've been cruel. I haven't felt like I've been a dickhead. I haven't felt like I've got on top of people and it's like, you can't behave like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got the empathy.
Yeah.
But you also know what message it is that you need to deliver.
That's right.
And how to deliver it.
But you don't need to even go for promotion to be a leader. I would say you are a leader, because I've heard you talk about your job, and then there's people that come in beneath you, and it's not necessarily about having ambition and wanting to go. You might have ambition, but it might just not be wrapped up within the career that you think. So I don't want to get here, but ambition might look different to different people.
Yeah.
I still want to be a leader. I still want to be respected in my own right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
But that's why like ambition
about.
can be an asset, and it can also not be. It can work not in your favour, can it?
Yeah. It's an interesting thought. Hello, Mr. Sexy.
I think it just needs to be channeled in the right way, doesn't it? Your ambition, and also to understand what you are capable of, and you do understand yourself, whereas some people have the ambition but not the capacity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's a good way of putting it.
You need to have the capacity.
You need to have the capacity. You need to back yourself, but like there's backing yourself, and then there's false confidence. And I think you need to have a certain amount of experience to know where you stand on that. Because you could be ambition. You could say, "I'm ready for this." You can. There is a bit of like fake it till you make it. Sometimes you just need to take that leap a little bit, but not too much. Do you know what I mean? I think people overreach sometimes with stuff like that, and that's a bit of a recipe for disaster. That's where their superiors need to say, "You're not ready." But then when they're not strong, then people are allowed to do whatever they want, and then you get people moving up, and the people that want to move up too early and overreach for things usually are arrogant and have poor leadership qualities in it for themselves.
And it's to the detriment of the whole community or the business or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, I think fire service actually, we would argue, don't do a good job of it, but I think it actually does. I think in private sector, I think I've seen a lot of people, I'm like, you're a bit underbaked. Do you ever meet someone, you're like, you're underbaked in the adult department, you're not quite an adult yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Do you want to do another snatch? Let's try and get this. We'll do 2 more sets and then we'll leave it there. This show is mostly about talking, by the way. It's not about lifting. A really nice, good vertical movement there. Nice and patient on this next one. Not quite on that one. A little bit low.
I felt like I was patient, but
it was. I think it was a little bit
my
low.
legs didn't have it.
It was a little bit low. I think there was a bit of distance between you and the bar as well.
Maybe
That's what it could have been.
It felt really heavy.
Did it?
We do too much chatting.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll do one more set. Yeah, that's a funny one. So when we first got to know each other was a couple of years ago at Sid, wasn't it? Not this. Maybe 18 months ago at Sid, and I realized that you were like, because I always thought you were just like, just kind and very nice, but I didn't realize you had an edge to you, and you're like, you have really good standards for things, don't you?
Yeah, I think you've caught me a couple of times getting mad, haven't you?
Yeah.
Be like surprised.
Oh yeah, I would do you know what? I would fucking hate getting a bollock. If I deserved a bollocking from you and I was getting it, I'd hate it.
Well, I think if you got a bollocking from me, which you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You'd deserve it.
Yeah.
That's the difference, isn't it? And then you know.
That's the trick. One of the things is like, I like to think that I could. I don't really ever want to give people bollockings. I don't like it, but sometimes you kind of have to. It's not bollocking, but it's checking people. Do you think it's okay to behave like this? But there's so much like excuses already baked in. People don't have the humility to take it. I know that I do. If someone's got something genuine to say and I haven't considered it, and they're giving me, you behaved like this and that wasn't appropriate, or and this is why, I would be like, fair enough. If they've got something to say, I'll take my bollocking.
Yeah, but I think it depends if it's true or not, doesn't it? That's
true. Yeah.
If it's true, then, and like you say, if you haven't considered it, you're like, oh shit.
I think the most difficult position I've been in recently was getting a bollocking, and I was listening to it and I was like, this isn't right. You're not actually right about this. But then it's difficult to be in that situation and go, but you hold all the power still, and they're still wrong. And this is like an issue. This is maybe something I'm having where I want to be more of a leader, because maybe this is a bit of an arrogant thought.
Yeah.
I think I could do better. I just think I could do better.
Yeah, because you weren't in the leaders. Like, if you're not in the leadership position, then you can't like come back, can you? And say what you're saying is wrong.
Yeah. This was another thing that I've come up against recently, was people in leadership positions thinking that they're above, but actually when you are in a leadership position, you're in a lot of ways below. You're of service now to people, you're of service to your team, and it's like, how much can you build them up? And then whatever you build them up, they'll build you up 10 times more. And I just think the big issue that you have there is that there might be genuine feedback from the team,
You've got to listen to them.
If that person's not listening, then
Yeah.
they're only listening to themselves.
Yeah.
And that becomes that's where toxic work environments start to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think at my work it's really good. We all like work collaboratively to get sort of projects out.
Have you been working together for a long time?
Yeah, probably like the core team, like 8 years maybe.
Right, that is quite a long time.
Yeah, and we're all working together. It's not like because my husband Zach works in sales, and that can be cutthroat, and it's sort of people working against each other almost, isn't it? And yeah, there's something to say for like working collaboratively.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, be nice to each other.
Yeah, it's just even in sales, that's the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah. He's worked for some failed businesses, and it's because the leadership was wrong and the culture was wrong.
There's so much to unpick with that, isn't it? I could literally just.
And it's not something I could do. It's not in my wheelhouse.
No.
Business leadership.
That takes a bit of balls to say that.
Yeah. I think leadership is to an extent, but not business leadership.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Best two, last two. Last two, best two? Yeah, whichever. Cool. Last one, I want you to turn the corner. Remember what I said about brushing the thigh on the way up? Just keep it nice and close. Love it. Well done. Yeah, you've done well there.
Is that good?
Yeah, nice. Good job. Yeah, so that's basically this.